which is that if your family was still in that $40,000 home, it's now worth $3.5 or $4 million.
All right, let me just kill you right now.
Okay, go for it.
Because there was some bullshit article in the New York Times saying the good of gentrification. I don't believe that. Here's the thing. I grew up here in Fort Greene. I grew up here in New York. It's changed. And why does it take influx of white New Yorkers in the South Bronx, in Harlem, in Bed-Stuy, in Crown Heights for the facilities to get better? The garbage wasn't picked up every motherfucking day when I lived in 165 Washington Park. PS20 was not good. PS11, Rothschild, 294. So why the police went around? When you see white mothers push their babies in strollers 3 o'clock in the morning to 125th Street, that must tell you something.
And I don't dispute that.
Whoa. And even more. Let me kill you some more.
I'm coming back. Can I talk about
that?
No, not yet.
And then comes the motherfucking Christopher Columbus syndrome. You can't discover this. We've been here. You just can't come in both parts. There were brothers that played motherfucking acting drums in Mount Morris Park for 40 years. Now they can't do it anymore because the new inhibitors said the drums are loud. My father was a great jazz musician. We bought a house in 1968, and the motherfucking people moved the next year and called the cops my father. He's not even playing, he's even playing electric bass. It's acoustic. We bought the motherfucking house in 1968, and now you call the cops in 2013? Get the fuck out of here. Nah, you can't do that. You just can't come in the neighborhood and start Bogart and say, like the motherfucking Columbus and kill off the Native Americans. Right. Can't do that. Or what they do in Brazil, what they get to the indigenous people. You have to come with respect. There's a culture, there's people, you just can't move and start. Here's another thing. When Michael Jackson died, they wanted to have a party for a motherfucking Fort Greene Park. And all of a sudden, the white people in Fort Greene said, wait a minute. We can have black people having a party for Michael Jackson to celebrate his life. Who's coming to the neighborhood? They're going to leave a lot of garbage. Garbage. Have you seen Fort Greene Park in the morning? It's like the motherfucking Westminster Dog Show. There's 20,000 dogs running around. Whoa. So we had to move it to Prospect Park. I mean, they just moved in the neighborhood. You just can't come in Bogarden. I'm for democracy and let everybody live, but you gotta have some respect. You just can't come in where people have a culture that's been laid down for generations, and you come and now she gotta change because you're here? Get the fuck out of here. Can't do that. So what's good about...
I agree with you. I agree with everything. I agree with everything.
Okay. And then... so what happens... See, you talk about the people whose property changed, but what about the people renting? They can't afford it anymore.
I agree with
you. You can't afford it. People want to live in Fort Greene. People want to live in Clinton Hill. The people who live on the Lower East Side, they moved to Williamsburg, they came for fucking Williamsburg now because of motherfucking hipsters. And now, and then what they call Bushwick now? West, what's the word?
East Williamsburg.
That's another thing, motherfucking. These real estate motherfuckers changing names. Stuyvesant Heights. They're like the 110th, the 125th. There's another name for Harlem. What is it? What? What is it?
Morningside.
No, not Morningside Heights. There's a new. What? What the fuck is that? How are you changing names? And we had the crystal ball motherfucker do the right thing with John Savage's character. When he rolled his bike over Bugging Out Sneaker. I wrote that script in 1988. He was the first one. How can you walk down Brooklyn with a Larry Bird jersey on? You can't do that. Not in Bed-Stuy. So, look. You might say, well, there's more police protection. The public schools are better. Why are the public schools better? First of all, everybody can't afford, even if you have money, it's too hard. Even if you have money, it's hard to get your kids into private school. Everybody wants to go to St. Anne's. You can't get into St. Anne's. You can't get into Friends. What's the other one? Yeah, but over in Brooklyn Heights. Packer. So, if you can't get your child there into there, I mean, it's crazy. There's a business now where you pay. People don't even have kids yet, and they're taking this course, how to interview to get your kid into private school. I'm not lying. So if you can't get your kid into private school if you're white here, and you can't afford it, what's the next best thing? All right, now we're going to go into public schools. So why did it take this great influx of white people to get the schools better? Why is there more police protection in Bed-Stuy and Harlem now? Why is the garbage being picked up more regularly? We've been here. It wasn't been had those services before. All right, go ahead. Let me see you come back to that.
I agree with every single thing you said.
No.
I let you talk. Now you let me talk. My one sole point, though, is wealth creation in the African American community, something that we've traditionally been locked out of. You bought a house in the ghetto, and 3 generations, the house was worth nothing in the ghetto. So for those homeowners that did stick in through Bed-Stuy, my parents moved in, it was all Jewish when they moved in, so I've seen it through everything. So for those people that did stick in, now we have an opportunity for wealth creation that we've been locked out of. So now, while that may not help the renters, and everything you said was absolutely true, what about that one aspect of wealth creation for people that have paid those taxes, that fought to keep the crime down on their blocks, and all the other things they did to maintain it? Because the white folks are not moving back because it's the ghetto. They're moving back because they are beautiful blocks full of beautiful brownstones that have been well maintained by people of color.
Yes. But here's the thing. To deflate your argument, sir. The people you talked about are not a great number. Number one, a lot of these people have not kept their taxes, so they can't afford to keep the house. Number two, when these real estate guys come around and open a suitcase with a bunch of money, they're going to sell it. Many of these people you're talking about are elderly. And if they get the money, money goes a lot further down south. Black people by droves in New York City is called reverse migration. They're moving to Atlanta, they're moving to North Carolina, they got a house, they got a lawn, they got a backyard, they have less taxes. And so, I mean, New York City is a hard place. And so if you worked all your life and you're retired, they're selling their houses. And I don't blame them. I can't say to them, you can't sell your house. They're like, fuck you, Spike. You know what? Rightly so. I would never say that, but you have to do some research and look at the numbers. The population, the Black American population in New York City is going down.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's going down. This is reverse migration. And what we have is that, and it's something that Blasio is going to, I don't know, maybe you can't get the snow off the streets, but still. What we need affordable housing for everybody. People can't afford it. I mean, here's the thing. The further away from Manhattan, Brooklyn Heights is the most expensive neighborhood. Then you got Park Slope, Fort Greene, Cobble Hill, Clint Hill, and then, you know, it works like this. The rents get cheaper the further you go away from Brooklyn. And the reality is, after the sand on Coney Island, it's the motherfucking Atlantic Ocean. So, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Puerto Rico, same thing. A lot of Puerto Ricans are moving like the Bucks County. Or moving back to Puerto Rico. People can't afford to live here anymore. And people can't afford to live. Then it's gonna be young artists like you. I mean, there used to be a time when you could $200,000 a month to get by. You can't do that anymore. And so if New York City's not affordable, then the great art that we have is not going to be here. Because people can't afford it. So I know what you're saying, but I don't see a lot of good coming from gentrification for those people who live in those neighborhoods. Look at a new name for the South Bronx now, what do you call it? What? Sobro? It's a scam. This is some shenanigans, trickery, people being bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
You guys saw this at all, but there was this interesting back and forth with Spike Lee and Mike Rappaport.
Okay.
It was on Huffington Post, and basically Spike Lee had a problem with the gentrification of Brooklyn.
Right. I saw a lot of those comments. I didn't know he was talking to Michael Rappaport.
Well, no, he wasn't. He wasn't talking to Michael Rappaport. It was just basically he had a big problem with the gentrification.
I read some of that.
Brooklyn. And then they asked Michael Rappaport about it, and he goes, "Well, Spike Lee lives in the Upper East Side in a massive apartment, a massive house, and at the end of the day, Spike Lee started, in the nosebleed seats in the Knicks games, and now he's, on the floor,
And why wouldn't he want to be on the floor? My take on it is that I agree with Spike, man. Being that I'm living in the style right now, and I'm seeing it bear witness. I'm seeing the Hasidic Jews going door to door, knocking on the door. Are you the owner of this building? No, I'm not the owner. This is my aunt's building, but we don't want to sell. Get the fuck out of here and stop knocking on the door. They're going around being very disrespectful, using them aggressive tactics that I don't like. I don't like when people been living on Putnam Avenue for the last 30 years, and then somebody moves in there because they decide that on a Saturday at 9 o'clock it's too loud outside, where it's hot inside, and black people are by right, we're a communal group.
And this has been part of the neighborhood custom
for years. How you go? That's what I'm seeing, the gentrification, and it is bringing something to it. But just like Spike said, where are the people going that got displaced now?
Okay, so I had a conversation with someone, a black woman about this particular situation, and what she said was, why would you be proud of a place called Bed-Stuy Do or Die? Why would you want to keep a place called Brownsville Never Ran, Never Will intact the way it is?
That's not the point. Well, that's to say that is to totally miss the point.
Mm-hmm.
To say that, yeah, but those are the dumb, answers. And Michael Rappaport's my dude. You know what I mean? But after watching that, he totally oversimplified the issue. You see what I'm saying? Spike was right on with what he was saying. First of all, evolution doesn't mean something natural, and it doesn't always mean the betterment of something. Evolution just means a prescribed change.
Sure.
Now, who is making the prescription for this change, and who is the beneficiary of the change? You see what I'm saying? It's not about having pride in do or die, Bed-Stuy, and the negativities of, the moniker of a so-called neighborhood. It's having pride in the history and the cultural fabric that's been established for generations within do or die. And we call these things, we might call it do or die, Bed-Stuy, just like a black person might call somebody a nigger, but we have taken a negative and turned it into a positive. So when somebody that lives in Bed-Stuy calls it do or die, Bed-Stuy, that's not a negative connotation.
Survive.
That's a badge of honor almost,
Exactly.
but not in the way that you're thinking.